Hey, I'm Scott Clancy, leader and coach. I think the world needs better leaders and coaches. I want to learn how to be both. Today, I want to talk about how to cultivate culture change through feedback loops. Okay, feedback loops are essential to be able to adjust to make sure that you're on the track to creating the culture and the environment that you want. Here's what I think about the 5 steps to make sure that your feedback loops are effective in focusing you on the changes that you need to make or where you want to go. 1, needs to be rooted in your vision. That means that the main mission elements, the main core values, the main goals for your organization, those feedback loops need to be rooted in that. You need to know what you're measuring and why. Right? So if you're valuing dollar, performance, profit, okay, well then know that these are the things that you're going to measure, and these are the things that are going to trump those anything else in that feedback loop. If it's all about dignity, respect, cultural workplace, then you'd be willing to compromise other things to that, then that's what you have to be measuring. So know what you're measuring and why, and know that there's a difference between performance-related pieces and effects, right? So you might be doing a lot of good things, but not achieving the effect that you want. So you need to know that there's a difference between those things. From an old NORAD day, we held the alert for long hours. We flew lots of sorties, intercepted bombers, measured all of these things and reported on them. But it was deterrence that was the actual effect. Hard to measure, hard to get at, but knowing and understanding the linkage between those two things, it's important. Okay, rooted in your vision. 2, multiple input vectors. You have to have multiple vectors that are giving you that feedback so that you understand it's not a single point of light, it's not a single paradigm, it's not a single perspective. For leaders, that also means it's not just the people that are reporting to you or superiors. Go out and seek peers, get out with the people way down the food chain and up the food chain. Understand those people you're delivering to, how the value of the work that your team is doing is getting to it or not. Multiple vectors. Seek not just objective but subjective feedback as well. So there's a lot of focus on data analytics. What is the data telling me? I get that part, and I think that's important. However, subjectively, a lot of times you'll get data that'll tell you a whole thing, but to get to the ultimate conclusion of the root cause, you need some context and some texture to this. This is going to be subjective feedback. That is personal interaction for the most part. So you want that subjective feedback, and you'll seek multiple sources on that as well. Okay, 4th, revisited your feedback loops on a routine fashion. That's not just make sure that your feedback loops are giving you routine information. So it's not just, I got this one report this one time and I'm changing our whole thing based upon that. Although that can be true, you want something that's more routine, but at the same time, revisit the effectiveness. Analyze your feedback loops themselves to say, are you getting all the information that you need? Lastly, and this is very important, as a leader and coach, understand that you and everybody else in your team is getting 2 types of feedback all the time. Performance-related feedback, which can come in all sorts of areas, after action reviews and whether or not you're achieving mission goals, but also personally on individual development. You need to look and see whether you're getting the right balanced feedback so that you can develop at the same time as perform. And the same thing in the members of your team. Are they getting enough of both? And I think you might find they might not be getting enough feedback on their own personal development, and you need to coach more. I'm Scott Clancy. If you like what you hear, go to www.scottclancy.ca. Let's link up, you and me. We can build better leaders and coaches.